Alright, hello, welcome sumo fans. It is the second to last match on day 10. Ura now in his trademark pink, up on the dohyo, facing off against a man he resembles a bit, Takakeisho. And Takakeisho, of course, currently 6-3, and Ura just a little bit behind that at 5-4. And I just thought I would tell you who some of the big matchups are tomorrow on day 11. So the final three matches of the day that I should have on the channel are the Ozeki matches. Takakeisho on screen now is in the final match of the day against Wakamoto Haru. Hoshoru, who just fought in the previous match, is against Takanosho, the Maegashira 4. Kirishima has a Sekewake tomorrow, Kotono Waka, and they could have the same record going into that match, depending on if Kirishima wins or not in his match coming up. Takayasu has been pulled all the way up to the fourth match before the end to fight Daieisho. Meisei fights Nishikigi. Tobizaru fights Atami Fuji. So Atami Fuji, all the way up from Maegashira 15, will now take on a Komusubi, and my guess is that's the first time they've ever fought each other. So we'll see how he does against Tobizaru, who's currently 5-5. Tsurugisho has Hokuto Fuji, and that's a Maegashira 16 fighting a Maegashira 1. So that's an unusual pairing, except they both have the same record. They're both 7-3. So we're going to start to see some of these big moves on the Banzuke as far as matchups because of their current record. Asanoyama, for instance, tomorrow has another wrestler who's also 5-5, Shonana Umi. So both men going for their 6th win. Abi has Ura, so that's his opponent tomorrow. He gets a break. He's had 3 Ozeki in a row, Ura. Tamawashi still winless. My gosh. 0-10 going against Ryuden tomorrow. Endo, Gonoyama. Anything else that jumps out? That's about it. Hokuseiho has Aoyama. Aoyama is at 3-7, so one more loss for the Bulgarian, and he'll have a losing record. That's probably not going to be enough to drop him to Juryo, but if he goes, say, he's at 7 losses, 8 losses is Makekoshi, but if he goes up to, say, double-digit losses, like a 5-10 record, 10 losses, or 11 losses, I think that would mean demotion to Juryo. So we'll just have to keep an eye on that. All right, let me go back to day 10, where we are now. And, yeah, next up, Kirishima versus Nishikigi. The Komusubi is only at 4-5. So Kirishima, should get that win. It's a tough opponent, but, yeah, he doesn't. He needs the win probably more than Nishikigi in a weird way. Kirishima to erase his kadoban status and go to 7-3. Which is what Takakeisho is trying to do right here, right now against Ura. All right, turn on some commentary. Enjoy it. Oh! Now the Goombai went to Ura. He was in the air for sure, but there was no way that was dead body for sure. Yeah, we're gonna have to have a look at that.
そこをどういう風な形で取るかですね。
さあ今の1番をもう一度見てみましょう。
Takakeishoが立ち合い当たって。
So he went up into the air. He's definitely, and he definitely touched down first.
先に手はTakakeishoも先にもついてます。
そうですね。
ただ、裏の体勢がジャンプ
そうですね。
I mean, he's in a position that he can't recover from. It's not like he's going to land on his feet inside the dohyo after he did that leap. So I would call a do-over there, but I don't know what they'll do. Here we go.
はい。
No, no, they're still
そう
thinking.
です
難しい
ね。
ですね。
難しいですね。
難しいですね、これは。本当に。
So the announcers are saying, "Muzukashi ne," like it's difficult to decide what to do. They're obviously having people look at the replay. A little surprised he went for Ura, but I guess that's, as far as who touched the clay first, and that's what he was basing it on, it's definitely Takakeisho. That's clear. But because Ura was in the air like that, I think you got to call a do-over there. I'm a little worried about that man in the front row who has a shirt that says, it looks like, well, it could be CUN or it could be CUM. Both could be sketchy depending on if there's other letters involved. And it could be a J, though. I don't know. Canadian Jawbreaker Nation. I don't know what it is, but we'll see if we can see it. Every now and then, Japanese people will turn up with some crazy English on their shirts. So, yeah. Okay, here we go. Let's see what they say.
さあ、競技が終わりまして、さあ、佐渡畑さんから説明があります。
ただいまの競技についてご説明いたします。行司の軍配は裏に上がりましたが、両者体が落ちるのが同時ではないかと物言いがつき、協議した結果、同体とみて取り直しといたします。
取り直し、イエーイ。
いただきましたように、同体で取り直しということになりまして。
Alright, that's what I figured they would call. This is my least favorite Gyoji. But, he did what he could. It's not as embarrassing as when they reverse your decision. They're just like, yeah, too close. And can't really give that win to Ura, I think, even though Takakeisho went down first. So, one more time, who do you think is going to win it in this second session? I would say Ura's probably in better shape, a little younger, a little bit able to bounce back. Takakeisho, one match, and he's a little winded. Not that he's old, but he's older than Ura. I think he is anyway. Oh my god, am I completely wrong on that? I always forget how young Takakeisho is. Takakeisho was born in 1996. Ura was born in 1992. Oh my gosh, I'm so wrong. Okay. Takakeisho is 4 years younger than Ura. So there you go. Throw everything I said out the window. Jason, you're an idiot. Yeah. Wow, I did not know that Ura was 31 years old. I knew he'd been around a while. I had no idea he was that old. He just seems so young to me. Whereas Takakeisho actually is young and still, what's he, 27? So, yeah. Lots of years left to potentially become a Yokozuna if you think he has a chance to do that. I don't think he'll ever be a Yokozuna, but that's just my personal opinion. All right, here we go. One more time. You know it's a long video, so you know something's happening. Here it is.
Tanashi の声がかかりました。
ブーブー
皆さんも今あーという気がされましたが、
逆に、
はい。
裏がなかなかこうやって立ち落ちることあんまない。
So why am I booing? Well, it's not a henka, which I don't like either, but it's just not Ozeki Sumo. He's an Ozeki. He shouldn't be you know, kind of doing the little, okay, I'm going to slap you down right away maneuver. Other people say, well, that's Ura's fault for taking his eyes off of Takakeisho and looking down and trying to go in low and, you know, etc., etc. So that's your opinion. I just want a good match. And obviously, you know, this kind of maneuver does not make for good sumo. But it's a win, and that's what Takakeisho needed. So he is now 7-3, and Ura is now even at 5-5. Needs 3 more wins in his last 5 days. Okay, come on back.